Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Marketing 101. I'm Dr. D, and this week we're going through video is king. And moving into 2025, I don't think you should do anything else except create video content. We're going to go through a little bit of the literature showing all the data of the last 10 years on social media and why video dominates everything. And in all honesty, you're kind of wasting your time posting text and posting pictures. Even though they're easy to do, you're going to see why video is king. And when you create video content, how much more of a ripple effect you can create from that video content by doing shorts, reels, clips, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm going to give you some great tips on this episode on how to do this. So really switch your mind frame moving forward in creating video. Yes, I know we don't like it. I know there's no time for it. I know all the excuses. I've coached many chiropractors over the last 5 years. I've heard them all. No pity from me coming today. You got to do it if you're going to stay on this edge and ride the wave of digital content. It's the only way to go through it. So, some statistics is that social media is dominating the viewership and consumption of time of all your prospective clients, all your prospective patients. Whatever their time they're spending on their phones is through digital content. It is mostly through social media, and it is mostly video content. They're not sitting down and reading long form text as much as they used to. So people retain 95% of the message when it's watched on a video rather than 10% when it's read via text. I mean, just there, if you're trying to teach anything or explain the why and the how, remember we've talked about this, of what you do in your practice that engages your community and your audience to buy from you either now or in the future, then video is the only way to really do this. So the benefits of video ads is that it humanizes your practice and you and who you are, and it builds trust and your brand awareness, and it creates an emotional connection to you because they see you, they hear you, they see that you're real, and it demonstrates service and success stories effectively when you use video properly. So what you can do is, use it to offer a medium for different ad formats, short, long, testimonials, educational, whatever it may be. I like long form videos because you can cut them and snip them into short form videos and use them for anything. I've had great ads, high performing ads that are short, quick videos, and I've had great high performing ads that are long videos. It depends how you're capturing your audience. And if they're captured, they are downloading the information and probably going to act on it as well. So that's great moving forward into 2025. Make sure you're shooting video for 99% of all your content. So some examples, highlight brands or businesses, chiropractors or others that have succeeded with Facebook video ads would be people that are like non-multidisciplinary offices and are accustomed to one niche. They do really well. If you do have an integrated practice, you have an infinite amount of content that you can post all over the place to engage all different shapes and forms of clients all over. So it's absolutely the best way. If you've noticed over the last couple of years, ads and a lot of the agencies have been telling people that chiropractic ads don't do very well. You need to do the other ads. You need to do the decompression ads, the laser ads, the shockwave ads, the soft wave ads. You need to do other ads because chiropractic is really hard to sell. That is no longer true with the amount of video ads we're doing. The upper cervical community is making waves in 2024, especially the second half. It's catching on. People are loving it. And the beauty behind this is that it doesn't matter if you're upper cervical or not, it's bringing everything back to chiropractic. This is what I love about it. So this was cool. This was like 5 years ago when we started talking and doing videos, and we're just talking about chiropractic and how it helps, and people were loving it. I think what happened is the digital marketing agencies started to compete with each other. There's so many of them out there now that they're all competing with each other for your business. So they're coming out saying, chiropractic ads don't work because 5 years ago, everyone was running chiropractic ads. And those agencies that were running them really well. And I know people like myself at Enrico D Marketing, was what we used to call it. It's now the digital coach. I've been running ads for 7 years. And I've stuck with chiropractic the whole time. So the original gangsters are the ones that are still doing this. And another great guy is Jordan Parker. I talk to him all the time. I don't promote him very much because I'm an Eagles fan and he's a Cowboys fan. It's simply that. Otherwise, he's a fantastic digital marketer too. And we've been doing it about the same time. And he still runs chiropractic ads. And I do as well. And a couple of the OGs do as well. Everyone else is telling you, oh, they don't run very well. They don't do very well because they haven't kept up with the tides. And throwing something new into marketing is always a great technique across all industries. But when it comes to chiropractic, that's not the best technique for you because you have a finite amount of offers and services and whatever. How many supplements are you going to talk about? Like, you're not a supplement store. You're not Full Script. You're not the business that moves the product. You're not a nutraceutical company. There's really not a high profit margin for you to make your $7 on each thing that you sell. You'd have to sell high volume. And that turns you into an e-commerce type business, which is probably not what any of you are listening to this for. So we got to go back to service-based and brick and mortar. So the style and purpose of your videos are really informative. That's how they should be. They can be you standing there talking, those still work, or you overlaying and narrating video. So going to 3danatomy.com, buying a subscription or not, whatever. If you use anything, make sure you have the rights to use it as far as videos. So pay the small subscription to have anatomy videos from any type of downloadable service online. Pay the subscription, find the cheapest one, pay the subscription, make sure that you like them, and overlay, the MRI of the brain, overlay the x-rays of the thoracic spine, overlay a video of the nervous system, overlay the video of sciatica, plantar fasciitis, migraines, whatever it is that you're talking about, the gut, intestinal stuff, the heart. You can have all these cool anatomy videos and you overlaying and narrating the voice, or even overlaying your face. So you've seen these videos. These are on fire right now. Those are the videos that you need to do. For some reason, people are looking at these, they're seeing the anatomy. They're like, that's super interesting, right? It's like Discovery Channel or Planet, when the Planet DVDs first came out, when everything was HD. Remember that? You had the Planet series DVDs because you're like, man, this could look great on my plasma screen TV. That's where we're at with that stuff right now. So know your audience. So make sure you know your audience. And this is based whether you've been open for 1 year or 52 years. You pretty much have a basis on your audience. And once you have this basis on your audience, you now want to define your target audience. So the pain points, the needs, and the interests that they are suffering from or needing from, the solutions that you bring to their problems, that's your audience. What solutions do you bring? And then that's the videos that you're going to create. So tailor video messages to specific concerns like back pain, posture correction, migraines, headaches, intestinal issues, cardiovascular issues, gait, movement, sports, preventing sports injuries. All these types of things do really well. And if you've been following some of your colleagues on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the ones that get tons of view are consistent. They're consistently posting videos all the time. There's a guy, Dr. Matt, in Colorado. He's an Alberta boy. I forget his Instagram handle, but he does stretches. The guy looks like he's like 6'9". I don't know, whatever. He does stretches and he's super flexible and he's a big guy and he shows you how to do motion. He's a chiropractor. He does more integrated PT stuff in his office. Great. And his videos get tons of viewership. He does a great job doing it, but he's consistent. Once you're consistent, you fall into the algorithm of your audience and you're in their feed all the time. Even your old stuff will pop up. So it's great to keep doing that. The ideal video length, this is what people always ask me, what's ideal? 15 to 30 seconds to capture your audience is all you really need. So 30-second videos. If they're 60 seconds, that's great. If they're 2 minutes, that's okay. If they're 4 minutes, not bad. If you start going a lot longer, your risk of dropping the viewership goes down. So if you're going to create a lot of content and you create long form content, use opus.ai and throw in that 10-minute video and clip it into 30-second clips. You've now just created 40 pieces of content that you can just post across everything. Pretty cool stuff. You have to grab their attention in the first 3 seconds. That's how these guys all do it. Now, you can't always hire a 22-year-old girl in a sports bra to sit in front of your video each and every time. That's a tactic, not a classy tactic. But that's what catches men's attention in the first 3 seconds. So what you do is the hook line. So when you start something, say, my 4-year-old told me the craziest thing last week. Pause, and you go right into the story. She told me that boogers are actually discovered in the cave in your nose. And I had to go into this whole sinus thing about where they're actually produced. And it got me thinking, sinusitis and infections and all these things happen for many different. I just went off track there. But anyways, that was the hook. And I lost everyone on that video there. But you see how I got you in the first few seconds, and I didn't really think about that. I didn't script that beforehand. So you lost me. I lost you. But if you scripted it and you planned this, you might have to take that video once or twice, and you got it. It's all done. You hook, line, and sinker them in the first 3 seconds. That is how you shoot a proper video. Use clear visuals, crisp audio, all that good stuff. Have a good mic. Even the iPhone earbud mics work great. The wired ones where you just hold the mic, those work. That's great audio. You can do that, and then you just shoot on your desktop or your laptop with the camera. Shoot yourself, and then you can use Canva and other things to crop out the background, put you as that floating ghost that sits in front of the video, and you just overlay it on CapCut, Canva, anywhere. You can upload your video into Canva, put yourself on top of it, download that as a new video, post it up to your social media, and you're off and running for one subscription. Canva, right? Pretty cool stuff. Keep the branding don't even put it on there. Don't put your logos, don't plaster stuff on there. All your chiropractors that do such great videos and you brand it all the time, it's like, I don't want any other chiros using my stuff. I know why you're doing it. Or if it goes viral, I want them to see my logo. But someone in Miami Beach seeing your logo from Colorado Springs makes no sense. They're not going to come see you. So the point of this is, one, we get you can share your colleagues' stuff, which makes it easy to post content all the time. And two, it's offsetting and off-putting to the viewer to see the brand thing on there. They're like, you're advertising to me instead of educating me. And if you educate them, you got them. If you market to them or you brand to them, you lose them. A lot of people don't want to be branded to. That's why they skip the Google ad sponsors at the top of the search and they go straight down to the organic search. Most people do that on purpose because they don't want to be branded to. They don't want to be marketed to. They want to find the organic source to their question. Makes sense? Makes sense. So keep right. Tell a story. All your videos have to have a story. The hook line, the punch, the climax, and you can close it out. And you don't have to have a call to action on all your videos. Again, you're selling them. So if you have a 30-second window there, just wow them in the video. Give them information, video's done. Then in the text in the body, when you create ads, you can put the offer in the text. Now they're going to be like, wow, I have migraines. Like, that makes perfect sense. I have a loss of curve in my neck. No one's told me I have a loss of curve. Do I have a loss of curve in my neck? I need an x-ray. I need to go see this guy or this gal. Then they go up and read the text. $49. Okay, you're gonna help me for $49 for $99. This is amazing. What's going on? Oh, I can come in. Oh, and so I'll have to click the get offer button. Oh, I click the get offer button. Oh, this form's easy. My name's already all plugged in because I buy everything off the internet. Boom, they hit the submit, and you got a lead, right? This is how this stuff works. It cross-works across everything. So add captions. Usually videos already have auto captions to them once people are on their devices, but it's nice to use Opus AI. That's what I use, opus.ai. And when I have all my clips, they put all the captions on. So those fun bubble letters that come in different colors too, and the big the highlighted words per sentence are in a different color, and that's cool stuff. They can even do clip cutouts where when you're talking, let's say you're doing a video where you're just talking, no overlay, no video in the background, you're in your office and you're talking, you can have clips go in when you're talking about mindfulness or walking down on the beach. Opus AI automatically cuts you out and puts a picture of the beach, like a video of the beach and the waves crashing the beach as you're talking. It pretty much downloads the script that you've been talking and tries to find videos off the internet, off its source, and overlay your video. So you're talking about migraines, they may overlap you talking with a lady holding her temples, like it's suffering from a headache, and it does it automatically. So we used to have to do these clips ourselves, use like what it was called, Adobe Pro or whatever it is, to overlay videos, and they do it for you in seconds, in minutes. You can have this stuff done in minutes. You guys can do this. Most Facebook videos are watched without sound. Remember that, hence the captions, and ensure accessibility and comprehension by including captions yourself, or like I said, if you use the AI stuff, you are good there as well. So when you're setting up a campaign, so you create content, now we want to set up campaigns, choose the right objective. Remember this. We talked about traffic and we talked about leads. Those are probably the two most common ones you're going to use. Conversions is to go after a certain niche. We won't get into this on this podcast, but traffic or leads is going to be the two that you use. Many of you, 9 out of 10 of you, are going to use leads to convert prospective viewers into prospective clients. Make sense? Use Facebook Ads Manager for detailed targeting, radius. You guys know your area, how far people will drive, whether it's 8 miles, 10 miles, 14 miles, however far they're going to go to drive to see you. That's your radius, your ages, 30 plus probably for most of you. And that's where you go there. We can then, once we start creating these and we're filtering through and we're letting ads run, and a good video can run you months. Believe it or not, when you do the test, you test 3 videos against each other in the one ad. So you have your campaign, you create the campaign, then it says the ad set. That's where you pick your radius and your age. You have the ad set, and then under that you have the ads. How many pictures and videos do you want to run in that? So you're going to run 3 videos against each other. Facebook's going to take one and run with it. And the winners that win, you may run that ad for a while. I've had an ad running in our Winter Haven location for 7 months straight right now. It's the same ad. I haven't turned it off. It just continues to produce 3 to 5 new patients a week. Nuts. Absolutely blows our mind. Some weeks we get like 1, but it's okay, but not worth turning it off because it continuously produced over 200 leads. Pretty great stuff for $30 a day. There you go. Always include a clear call to action. Schedule your appointment today or claim your $99 special or $49, whatever it is. Encourage immediate action with time-sensitive offers. That's your call to action when we're doing this. You can then use these videos later to retarget audiences as you're building your audience. Again, another podcast for another time. Ad placements and testing, test different things. We talked about that. Right now, you don't need to do the A/B testing as much anymore. I found it's not any more valuable than just using your ads and testing them inside the ad itself. That's the best way. Track metrics. Ads Manager does such a great job. So I'm not a big fan of a lot of third-party CRMs. Use Ad Manager. Make sure you're versed in it, and you'll see everything you need in your Ads Managers. So I encourage you guys to definitely try this. Create video. It's going to set you up for success in 2025. Start it now. Start posting them now. Create them. Use AI to your favor. Like I gave you one. I like Opus AI, but there's tons out there. Just because I tried 2 or 3 and found my winner doesn't mean there's another one that's not bad. I think I pay $149 for it for the whole year, and you get like 60. I think it's 60 credits, which is 60 hours of content. I think mine expires at the end of this year, and I still have like 32 hours left that I haven't used because I fall behind and don't do everything I tell you on these podcasts because I don't have the freaking time. But I'm just being honest. But I have the tools to do it. So for $14 a month, not a bad, or whatever that is, 11 or $12 a month, that is not a big deal. Minimal when it comes to content and cost and marketing. So it's absolutely great. Here's some bonus ideas when creating videos. Behind the scenes content is super fun. These are the fun videos, and you can make them funny. How you come in through the door, or if patients are waiting in the parking lot, how you sneak through the back door, or your staff kitchen where you guys forget food in there forever, and you open the fridge, you're like, oh my gosh, I live with college people, and you don't. They're fully grown adults that you work with, and it's funny. Holiday stuff, all that cool stuff. You can do the behind the scenes stuff. Even at your home, your life, your personal life, if you're comfortable sharing this stuff, that's hot content. People are like, man, that's a real person. They live in the neighborhood. They live in the town. I live in that town. Just the connection that you make through there. I was reading an article about sales a few weeks ago. It was so interesting. I'll snip it down for you. It was about sales in the 70s and 80s and how the idea of the sleazy car salesman and the sleazy lawyer came out. In the 70s or 80s, when you walked into somewhere, there was no credit cards. So people were ready to, they're like, I have $4,400 right now in my pocket. I'm going to go buy a car. And they would walk into a car dealership, try and get the best bet. And the sales tactics at that time were, the salesman, Richard, would sit down and be like, hey, man, where do your kids go to school? And I was, oh, my kids go to school there. That's amazing. Or I went to high school there. They're like, when did you graduate? And they'd say like 4 years different, so they know they didn't catch them at the same time. Things like that. Oh, I did that. Oh, I'm part of that. Oh, I golfed there. Oh, my family used to go there. And by the end of this like 15-minute conversation, this guy's like, okay, where do I sign? What car am I buying? They didn't even take anything for a test drive. And sales were through the roof. And lawyers did the same thing. Oh, I used to go there. And what ended up happening is they were directly lying to the customers. They were lying for decades. So, your grandparents and your parents, my dad talks about this all the time. He thinks everyone's full of shit. My dad's like, everyone's full of shit. I'm like, really? It's good to say everyone's full of shit? And even me, that's passed down to me a little bit. I just don't trust everyone on the first day, right? And I'm like, that's kind of a weird way to live life, but it's protective. And what ended up happening, Gen X, millennials were like, is everyone a freaking liar? This is what turned in the 90s and 2000s is I think everyone's lying. And they literally were lying. And then these guys from the 60s and 70s are all going out in retirement. That's why you still see in car dealerships, the number one car salesman is like 88 years old. The guy that's been there forever, for 50 years. He's got like assistants selling cars for them. He's got a huge Rolodex of clients and just keep coming back, right? That's like a practice. But he was lying. And you now have this generation of millennials with all the money, right? They're the ones that are in their 40s with kids. They're the ones coming to you. They've influenced their parents a little bit, being like, hey, everyone's lying to you. That's why you guys keep falling for scams, Mom. Put down the phone. That's not the IRS. It's a guy in India, right? You're like, Mom, put down the damn phone. That because they're gullible, right, to this. And we're like, listen, everyone lies. And especially in this day and age, I think we're more used to this. So when you're putting out real content, they're like, this isn't lying. I can see this guy's walking his black lab. He's got a black lab. There's no lie there. It's a video. I can see the video proof. There's an emotional connection to this. Do it. Have fun with it. Educate your audience. As number 2, quick tips are great videos. They actually do really well, and they can be used for ads if you want, especially traffic ads or awareness ads. I love the awareness ads. Running an awareness ad for $1 a day in your radius and letting that slide in the background for months. If you let that run for 6 months, 6 months times 30, 180 days, $180. 6 months in the background, an awareness ad that's slowly building your lookalike audience, your audience, people who are engaging with that. Beautiful strategy on that one. Leverage testimonials. These are great. You can put the caption overlays. Your patients are so happy to do this. They come in with some amazing energy. If you find an extrovert, that's going to be golden video from the extroverts. They love to be in front of the camera or talk. The introverts may be a little painful, but who cares? A testimonial is a testimonial. Repurpose content, turn videos into multiple formats. We talked about that. And you just got to do it. My tip for the whole video is get out there, do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. You will lose if you don't do it. Unless you've been in practice, 30 years and you're just doing it the old school referral way, that's fine. You're going to do great. But you're not. And when I say lose, what does that mean? Is your practice going to fold? No, I'm not saying you're going to go bankrupt or you're not going to run a decent practice. I'm saying there is no growth. There is no scaling unless you are out there doing this. And that painful stuff that you do or do the 20% that makes you the 80% of money, this is it. Running good video and running ads makes you 80% of your future money. It's just, this is it. This is the world we live in. And emails. We'll talk about that on a different, I've talked about it 1,000 times. Watch the other podcasts or listen to the other podcasts. You get some great information. Guys, I love what you do. That's why I only talk to you, the chiropractors. We're changing the world. There's some great stuff coming up in the pipeline. I'm excited about the future. You should be excited about the future. I don't know what else. Don't watch the news. The world's not that crazy. It's absolutely awesome. You're going to crush these next 4 years. You really are. Whether you're lazy and do the bare minimum, you're going to do okay. If you take advantage of this, they're handing you a Porsche 911 right now. Your government's handing it to you on an economic stance. Get in it, pedal to the metal, and just, all the way to the bank over the next 4 years. Do it and take care. Have a great week and keep doing what you're doing. I'm here for you. If you need anything, EnricoD.com, Marketing 101 for Chiropractors Facebook group. Be part of it and see you on the inside.